Evelyn would have been the forerunner of what we call the Nevis model, because later we were able to provide the Four Seasons on an annual basis with food. Mr. Evelyn was also involved in the early days of the Four Seasons. I do not know if he remembers that we were working with an Italian group out of Italy back in 1983, 1984. I think Mr. Daniel and Mr. Powell, the minister in St. Kitts, had something going. And they visited here and they planned to put down, as they said, a 5-star hotel. And then the United States invaded Grenada. And those investors disappeared into the horizon. And sometime later we were fortunate to have people from France who came here. They said with the intention of putting down a 5-star hotel. At that time it had no name. Later they contacted the Four Seasons people and they indicated that they wanted to have, that is, Four Seasons wanted to have the first 5-star hotel offshore right here in Nevis and in the Caribbean. It was an outstanding success, and I believe that Mr. Evelyn deserves a round of applause for being a pioneer in bringing the Four Seasons Hotel to this island. I would want to remind you that many people were skeptical.
Nevis became center of attention under his watch and care. He was president of the JCs, president of the Horse Racing Club. He opened his own airline company and also a pharmacy and offered to sub a job. He was a founding member of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society and the Nevis Credit Union. He has worked with the visually impaired and the Mental Health Association. From selling eggs, milk, and coconuts, this man of humble beginnings continues to serve the people of Nevis with the deepest sense of caring. So on this auspicious occasion, no honor is too great. We salute Mr. Arthur Evelyn. He is the one we celebrate. Thank you.
That has been guided me in life. Also, I recognize the fact that I am my brother's keeper. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely happy and for the expressions that have been expressed here this afternoon. I did not expect this. I really did not. I know there was going to be a ceremony, handing over ceremony. Just to go back a bit on the building, I have spent many hours up there in the building with the persons I mentioned here, Elmo and Gerard, and our secretary. And you know, I have a phobia. When I get into a room, the first thing I look at, if there's a second door. I always look, is there another outlet? And there was none up here. And so I said to Elmo, you know, I'm not too happy, you know. I have to be here. We have to be here, but suppose. And I said to him, why don't we get a long piece of rope? We will tie it to a desk. And if we have to, pass it through that window, come down on it. Fortunately, we didn't have to do that. So, again, let me express profound thanks and joy to the Premier, again I said to your cabinet, to all the people of Nevis for their support over the years, to have helped me to do what I did. I felt that if I'm going to be in business and hope to be there for a long time, I have to go where the proceeds will come from to keep this business open. And so I looked around, and wherever there was an opportunity for me to get in on something. Not for money, but to try to improve conditions. Because don't forget, at that time, when there was independence came and the Nevis Island administration was formed, there was very little or no money. The infrastructure could not be worse. And so we had to start at some place with what we had and try to cooperate as much as possible, one with another, in whatever way, to try to move this island forward. We have seen progress, and I'm thanking those who have made it so, who have come along and have carried on the task, the programs, the projects that we at that point, some 60 years ago, started. So again, this afternoon, I am feeling really proud, happy, and I believe my wife is there. I have to go back to her this evening when we get in bed, and I will say, could you allow me to go to the horse racing? And I would like to certainly try a little jockeying again. Finally, I've never really put up a horse, a donkey. Oh, I've got many of those. You know how the donkeys prance in the air. You always take the sleep off. But so I've never got, I've had horses falling with me because of that jockeying, when I should not be forcing them around the corner and doing that, and that's when they fall down, and I went to them as well. I was never severely injured. But I go back and say, that is my sport. I really enjoy it. And you know, I should mention, horse racing took place at Indian Castle twice, on two occasions. When they say two occasions, there were twice when they established the horse racing there. The first one failed, and that was in the time of some of you would know Dr. Lake, who was a doctor here, surgeon, and Mr. King, Mrs. King, who used to live at Bellevue, had something to do with H.F. Willie and Company. You will know these things. They're the one who had some money, and they started a jockey club. And that's when I fell off the horse and still won a prize and got a shilling. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arthur L. Evelyn. That's the man of the hour. Give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The Arthur L. Evelyn Building. I was looking at Mrs. Evelyn very closely when he asked if he can go to the horse race. Mr. Arthur Evelyn, yes, you can go to the horse race. But when he asked about going back on the horse, he said, no, 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 no. So you can go to the horse race, but stay far from the horses. All right. Now, I just want to go through the tourism week for you. This afternoon, as you know, we had the parade, and we are having now the renaming of the old Treasury building, which is now the Arthur